It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Indeed, sir, it is. We are seeking to inspire you this morning. So put your mind into this picture quickly. Imagine trekking up this, right? This very mountain that you see in front of you, but then using this tool, a unicycle. You might be thinking, impossible? Well, a young man called Jonathan Benjamin thinks more I'm possible, and he's doing this. He's going to be attempting to trek up Mount Kilimanjaro and down using a unicycle along with his friend Ben Carlisle. And here's why.
Spending part of your gap year on a unicycle seems ridiculous, but Jonathan Benjamin will put his skill to the test riding his unicycle down Kilimanjaro with his friend Ben Carlisle filming their adventure.
I got into unicycling about 8 years ago. My teacher had an interest in the circus, and because of that she had things like juggling balls, poi, and also unicycles in a classroom, and the unicycle sort of caught my attention straight away.
In 2012, Jonathan became the youngest person to do the Cape Town cycle tour on a unicycle. He's training 5 hours a day and doing regular hikes to prepare for Kilimanjaro.
Not only like a mental preparation, but like the physical preparation. For me, that's been running twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. We try and go on a hike once a week, Ben and I, and then I'd ride down on my unicycle. Above all of that, I try and do some strength exercises to strengthen my knees and my ankles.
Our biggest plausible fear is that John actually hurts himself. But in order to sort of prepare for that, we're doing a first aid course together. John's mom's a nurse. She's given us some recommendations, yeah.
Thanks to Jonathan's odd choice of transport, the guys will raise funds for Inclusive Education South Africa, a non-profit organisation which advocates inclusive education in the local curriculum and training of early child development practitioners.
It really means awareness raising around inclusion in ECD. They will be raising funds that will go to Inclusive Education South Africa, and with those funds, I'm very sure more ECD practitioners will receive training and support and advice.
Jonathan and Ben are motivated by a personal connection to the cause of inclusive education.
My mom actually works for ISA. She's really opened my eyes to some of the issues in education in South Africa. So I was quite keen to have ISA on board when we spoke about including a charity.
I feel it's a very good cause. I also feel at the same time people don't know much about them and what they do. And we should actually go out of our way to raise funds, but mainly awareness for them, to tell people what they do, how important their work is.
All of us at Burning Bush are extremely proud of these guys for taking on this adventure, and we want to wish them all the luck.
Fresh out of school themselves, Jonathan and Ben are hoping all children will have access to good education as they did and help them move mountains, even from the seats of a unicycle.
Oh, truly wonderful stuff. And not only are these young men big adventurers, they've also been kind enough to take away time from their training schedule to join us in studio to chat about this big endeavor that they're about to take on. Ben and Jonathan are here. Good morning, lads. How are you guys doing?
Good, thanks.
Good to have you here, man. Unicycles at the ready. You can see by the tires that they haven't been messing about. They've really actually been getting into the grips of I think, preparing yourselves for this huge challenge, right? And I understand, Jonathan, that you, at the age of 15, you're 18 right now.
Yeah.
But when you were 15, you cycled the Cape cycle tour on a unicycle.
Yes, that's
so
correct.
what started this whole thing for you with unicycles, and why are you attempting this?
I don't know, it was about 8 years ago when I first moved to Michael O'Callaghan School, when I first started unicycling. My teacher had a few unicycles in a classroom, and I just found it very interesting.
Yeah.
And I decided to give it a go, and that led on to different things like mountain unicycling, and a few people I rode with ended up doing the Argus a few years later, and I decided to also give it a go.
That's crazy, dude. I can't think of what Sacred Boys must have felt like on a unicycle. Did you actually go all the way up?
Yeah.
Oh, my word. That's crazy. So, Ben, you're going to be accompanying Jonathan, filming the entire process, and then also acting as his support. So, what are you preparing yourself for while you're on this adventure?
Well, putting up with Jonathan for a long time is one of them. But also, if he hurts himself, I'm going to have to be there to either give him the mental support to keep going or otherwise help him, with whatever he's hurt.
So, yeah. So in this framework of all of this, is it just going to be the two of you doing this together?
We'll have support in terms of porters carrying equipment and that sort of thing, but otherwise, yeah, it's just us training together and getting ready to go together, yeah.
And it must be crazy for you because you've got to keep the camera pretty steady on that unicycle.
Hopefully.
Have you been working on the core muscles to keep it tight, yeah? Well, listen, I'm going to ask you guys to just, maybe please just show me how to ride a unicycle without killing me or hurting anybody else around here. What are the basics of riding a unicycle? And how long does it take?
It took me about a week to learn.
A week to learn, okay.
Yeah. And
There's
then,
absolutely zero hope of me getting it right now, though.
so the main thing that people forget is that it's got a fixed axle. That means you can pedal backwards and forwards. So if you stand on the back pedal, it'll move backwards. And if you stand on the front one, it'll go forwards.
All right, that's the first thing.
Yeah, and I guess you just sort of have to go straight into it.
You just got to go straight into it, okay?
So I don't know if I want... If you
Maybe
want
show
to
me
go
first. Show me,
and then-
yes. So you
I stand on the back pedal, so it sort of pushes up back into you.
Okay, so it should propel you up. There we go. There we go. Oh, look, it's like you're standing up straight. Just that, which essentially you are.
Yeah.
Okay, just do that one more time before I attempt this, because I've got a feeling I'm gonna hurt myself. Okay, so now with the foot on the back, okay, and then you just, oh man, that's incredible. And then you just keep your balance, backwards and forwards, okay.
Basically.
Should I be trying your smaller one? Is it easier with the bigger wheel?
It's probably easier on the smaller one.
Yeah, I find it's easier on the smaller
Alright,
one.
let's go for the training wheels first.
Okay. So I can put
guys.
my foot at the back here so I won't roll
Yo,
backwards.
Mom, I'm sorry. Okay, cool. So we got a foot here, and then you climb up. Okay, cool. Okay, so now, oh, okay, all right, hold on, hold me. Okay, so I get the feeling of what's happening right now because I'm not used to the backwards and forwards pedaling. When it goes backwards, I'm inclined to shift backwards with it, where I'm supposed to be countering the move. Okay. That was nearly very embarrassing. Okay, see, that's why we leave it to the professionals to do this. But listen, guys, good luck on this big adventure, and thank you for bringing such inspiration to South Africans. And I think when they see young people like you doing extraordinary things like this, we'll be inspired as a nation to do better, man.
Thank you very much for having us.
Can't wait to see the
thanks so
footage when you
much,
come
eh?
back. Don't break anything, okay? Especially yourself. Anyway, right now let's find out a bit more about what's happening this weekend. Some excitement in Johannesburg. Ilana?